while back, I did a review of Marvel Zombies' Zombiecide game. And the views on that weren't good, but you know what? I got everything in the expansion pack, so we might as well get through it. Start off with Marvel Zombies Guardians of the Galaxy set. This is the first of many expansion sets. Gee, can you guess the theme of this one? Guardians of the Galaxy. Let's get it open. So let's start off with the zombie versions. We have, of course, Zombie Rocket, Zombie Star-Lord, Zombie Nebula, Zombie Drax, Zombie Thanos, who's red. Why? He's considered an abomination and is basically too powerful to, control. Zombie Gamora. And of course, you have these cards for them to spawn with, and these cards, which are player cards. Even though you're not supposed to play Thanos as a player. Well, who cares, right? And I should point out that Zombie Gamora is exclusive to this set from the Kickstarter. And of course, with the dead, we have the living. Gamora, Nova, I Am Groot, Axe, and Mantis, who's pretty on the inside. 2 bystanders in Astro and Howard the Duck. And 2 extras exclusive to this Kickstarter. Rocket Raccoon, and of course, Nebula. Now you see the extras exclusive to the Kickstarter. You kind of see why I bought these sets. Now one thing I will say, the base work on these is some of the best I've seen out of this company. And I really like it. Am I ever going to get the chance to paint these? I don't know. Because I've got a long list of A Song of Ice and Fire. And then after that, there's a He-Man set that I need to do, and who knows. Hopefully someday, but for right now, I'm just going to leave it alone. But that's the Guardians of the Galaxy set. It may not seem like much, and honestly, I don't think it is. There are some special rules with Thanos, but that's about it. I mean, really, at this point, this set, there was no scenarios or anything. It's just sort of more characters to add into the scenarios you've got. And there are plenty. Next up, this is a great one. Hydra Resurrection. As you can see on the cover, we got Black Widow, Vision, She-Hulk, the Red Skull, and several others. So this should be fun. Now, I was talking about the flimsy box with Guardian of the Galaxy, so here you go. Hydra Resurrection. I've just got half the box, and it stands up perfectly straight. Mostly. Guardians of the Galaxy. See, it won't. There's not enough weight there to hold it down. Now, one thing you get is a big old book with a bunch of scenarios and a bunch of options, and you get game tiles. This can make the shield helicarrier in one scenario. They get pretty creative with these. They're pretty fun. But, and you got stuff on the flip side too. Again, there's a lot of options here. We'll start off with the zombies. Of course, you get cards and cards, as you would expect. Okay, with this one we have Zombie Quicksilver, Zombie Falcon, Zombie Hawkeye, Zombie Loki, Zombie She-Hulk, Zombie Black Widow, and the Red Skull with a cosmic cube. Is he a zombie? Hard to say. But he's cool. Now I'm going to be honest. I'm not sure which one of these were bonuses. I think She-Hulk was. And I think Black Widow was. And here's the reason why. They didn't box these. Normally, they'll have a blank space for the extras in the Kickstarter. And it's something you can see that they will take out very easily. For example, with Guardians of the Galaxy, the extras were under the player cards. So, you know, you just put the player cards over top, and that's your extras. But with this one, it doesn't look like they did that. I'm not sure why. I'm not sure if they did different packaging at retail. I've heard stories this didn't actually end up going to full retail. The only ones that got it were retailers who helped the Kickstarter. I don't know that to be fact. But, you know, I find it kind of suspicious and weird. But hey, what do I know, right? This game also gives you the only other minion level zombies. Hydra zombies. You get 20 of these. Now, they were trying to con you into buying more, and I didn't like the price for one thing. I thought it was a little high. And I also thought, honestly, I have a bunch of Zombiecide games. I can just grab some zombies from there if I run out. Okay, this set has She-Hulk, Vision, Black Widow, Ant-Man riding a giant ant, Falcon, and Quicksilver. And one of my biggest bones of contention about this set is right here. They have Nick Fury and Maria Hill as bystanders. They should be regular heroes. Most everybody else in S.H.I.E.L.D. I can see as bystanders, but those are the two I feel should not be. Now, a really great part about this set is good character selection and expands a lot on the original game. I really like it for that. I wish some of the other sets did that, but instead, you know, they do limited camp. There's some limited selection, and yes, I'm talking about Guardians of the Galaxy. You know, no scenarios. That really bugs me a little bit. The core games themselves have decent enough character selection, but not great. This, I think, has a good variety of characters who I think enough fans would want, while having some cool zombies. Speaking of limited character selection, well, it's pretty obvious. You kind of understand why too. So, yeah. So with this set, you have more tiles. These are floors of the Baxter building, and that's interesting. That's what this whole thing is. It's a big old, I don't like that one. It's a big old game about the Baxter building being under siege. So let's start off with the zombies. Zombie Doctor Doom, Zombie Super Skrull. This is Zombie Black Bolt with Medusa's head. Cool detail, huh? Zombie Namor, Zombie Thing, Zombie Sue, and Zombie Reed. I'm fairly certain these three were bonuses for the Kickstarter. I'm not 100% on that, but it seems like that was right. Again, is the character selection limited? Somewhat. Reed Richards, Mr. Fantastic. Sue Storm, the Invisible Woman. Ben Grimm, the Thing. I really like the street sign being an accessory to the base. That's funny. Johnny Storm, the Human Torch. The Super Skrull. And for our bystanders, Madam Web and Alicia Masters. Really don't get Madam Web being the bystander in this box set. Now overall, the limitation of characters I get. It's there. But I do like the idea of the Baxter building being under siege. Of course the Fantastic Four is going to be there. And you might be looking around going, where's Doom? And you'd be right. We'll get to him later. For now, I'll just say this set is okay. The scenario in it does seem pretty interesting, and I do plan to play it at some point. The next one, well, it is loaded with controversy. Clash of the Sinister Six. let me just get the controversy out of the way. Okay, this expansion gives you, well, basically a new game mechanic. It is direct fights of zombie heroes versus real heroes. It's mechanic totally differently than the regular game. Now, the first thing they said was, oh yeah, you can't do this for heroes versus heroes. Living heroes versus living heroes, or even zombie heroes versus zombie heroes. I read it over. It's not a complicated mechanic, and it seems perfectly logical to bring it over to a hero versus hero. So I don't know what they're talking about, but a lot of people got mad that it was included with this set only, and not included with the basic set. So you know you're locked in to buy this set to get one of the cooler mechanics of the game, and the cooler scenario of the game. I can see the problem. Again, hiding a mode under a paywall of a separate set. So I just wanted to get it out of the way. That way it was known and it's said. Okay, and of course we get more tiles. I think this game might be one of the more tile-heavy games of any Kickstarter they did. This back part can almost do a chunk of Central Park, which is where this is supposed to take place. So, and this adds on to many scenarios in the game. Okay, before we get started, there's something I want to show you. There's this empty spot right there in the box. Now, there were no stretch goals that weren't reached. I've looked, I don't see anything amiss. There was something that was supposed to go there. This company does this all the time. They'll have a space in, and like when you do something at the Kickstarter, that's where they'll put it. But I don't know if there was a plan and then it got abandoned or what, but I thought I'd show that to you. Oh, and also, the bonus ones are here, right here. Weird how they did that. Why? Other box sets they didn't. I don't understand any of it. So as usual, let's start with the dead. Doc Ock, Green Goblin, Electro, and I really like that he has has power lines with him. Lizard, Vulture, Rhino, Mysterio, who is freaking awesome, and Venom, which is one of the wildest sculpts they've got. I mean, it's all over the place, and it's just cool. Now, one thing you're going to notice, there's very little crossover here, because with the exception of 2 characters, I think, there's no alternate version here. Reason being is the Sinister Six. Half of them have become zombies, half of them have not. So they're fighting each other. And that's the whole point of this whole thing. But overall, I will say these are some of the nicer zombies I've seen out of this campaign. I mean, Venom and Mysterio are 2 of my favorites, to be perfectly honest. And those are extra for the Kickstarter, which is amazing to me because some of the best ones are the ones that are extra. So let's take a look at the living. Mysterio, Black Cat, Venom, Scorpion, Kraven, Sandman, another excellent one, Green Goblin, Rhino, with Flash Thompson and Gwen Stacy bystanders. Okay, I'm going to admit I don't like that they put another game mechanic behind the paywall of an expansion set. I mean, it would have been one thing if they come up with it down the road, but nah, this was from the start. They knew it was there, and they knew it would entice people to buy the set. And I know I should say, well, you went on the all-in gameplay, so you didn't matter. No, I don't think I would have if that mechanic hadn't been cooked into that set. Honestly, that and a couple other things made me take that route because, I was pretty close to that anyway. I think it was $10 more, and then that's what I get. And I got 2 more expansions from it. So that's why I went for it. I would not have gone for it otherwise. But at the same time, you know, it was frustrating campaign. From beginning to end, it was frustrating. So there we are. Alright, next time, I'm going to stop there. I mean, do I hate this game? No, but it's got some issues and some controversies that must be addressed. And, of course, CMON's going out of business, so it probably never will be addressed. Oh, well. Or maybe it will. You never know with this company. But anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this. I hope you got a good view of the Marvel Zombies game. I think it looks like a cool game. I do plan on playing it. I'm pretty sure these videos won't get any attention. That probably will drive me not to show the gameplay, but if the last 2 are any indication, I'll say it that way. Yeah. I can get it. It's now a little hard to get. I think you can still get the basic sets. But like these expansions, forget about it. It's going to cost you an arm and a leg, but you never know. Anyway, I think I'm also one of the few people that bought it for the game mostly. Instead of, well, I did buy it for the miniatures too. My plan is that if I ever get to these, I'm going to paint up the living heroes and villains first, and then worry about the zombies. The zombies will be last. I think the zombies will be last on my list of miniatures to paint. You never know. Okay, that wraps up this one though. Thank you and take care.